Horror? This life be
Just
scary.
straight up horror.
It be scary. It's a drama, honey.
What genre is Tiffany Haddish's life? She's getting real about that and so much more. Plus, we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Andrea Belke, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. We've got 10 minutes, so let's dive right in with the first 5, starting with one of the top stories on People.com. Oliver Hudson admitting he moved in with his mom, Goldie Hawn, and Kurt Russell.
Oliver recently told E's Daily Pop that he's remodeling his house, so instead of renting a place, he decided he'd move back home.
And it sounds like the actor, his wife Erin, and their 3 kids are loving it.
He said that this situation has been great. Breakfast is made. Apparently, Goldie makes biscuits, gravy, and eggs. He joked that there's a chance that he and his family will never leave.
This isn't the first time Oliver shared what it's like at home with his famous parents.
On Live with Kelly and Ryan earlier this month, he gave a little sneak peek at the family's guest house in Aspen, Colorado.
So it's a bit of a time capsule. Those curtains you see are like 30 years old, you know what I mean? Like, mom refuses to update, which kind of is great.
The ski town has been a special family spot for decades. Oliver even took his own children to live there full-time 5 years ago. It's been a big week for Aaron Rodgers, but not in the way that the quarterback might like. He and his #1 seed Green Bay Packers got knocked out in their first playoff game.
On the Pat McAfee show, Aaron claimed that football fans tuned into that game in order to root against the Packers.
It's because of my vaccination status.
And Rodgers continued to be a polarizing figure due to his views on COVID-19. This comes just days after an ESPN interview in which he took shots at the Biden administration.
Aaron criticized the president for calling it the pandemic of the unvaccinated, saying it's not helping the conversation. This is about a month after Biden publicly referenced Aaron's unvaccinated status.
Questions are swirling about the 38-year-old's plans for the season ahead.
Source tells people that Aaron is assessing his NFL future and trying to figure out his next act.
While a source also weighed in on Rodgers' relationship with his fiancée, Shailene Woodley.
The source tells people that they agree to disagree on subjects where they don't necessarily see eye to eye, and apparently there are a lot of them, but they decided early on not to debate or even talk about their politics.
Moving on to the Instagrams you've been loving this week. Julia Fox and Kanye West have a new couple nickname. The actress revealed it on her own Instagram stories this week, along with a photo of the pair stepping out in Paris in coordinating leather looks. This comes one day after the duo hit the City of Love in coordinating denim looks as well. Ree Drummond is responding to some recent criticism as she shared a clip from an upcoming episode of her show that features her daughter Paige and son-in-law Mauricio.
I didn't really invite you guys on my side of the counter, by the way. I just asked who wanted to try it first.
In her caption, the Pioneer woman says she used to not understand when viewers took issue with any lack of professionalism in her kitchen. But now, after watching that clip, Ree totally gets it. And John Mulaney is sharing new photos of his and Olivia Munn's son, Malcolm, in honor of his 2-month birthday. The adorable pics show dad posing with his tiny man, while the infant is strapped to his chest in a carrier. In this week's People Cover story, Courtney Cox is opening up about life and what she's learned along the way.
I would say I am more settled, I'm more comfortable. I'm really happy with work.
2021 was a busy year with a new Scream movie, a new TV series, and even a new company. But the highlight for Courtney?
I'm really proud of the reunion. I loved it. Did you cry too?
Yes.
Okay, good. I walked on to stage 24 and tears started streaming down my face, just seeing the soundstage and everything looked exactly the same, and my incredible cast, and it was just really emotional.
In real life, Courtney has been in a relationship with musician Johnny McDade since 2013, which she says has taught her so much.
I can't take a lot personally. Like I used to think, oh, well, if you loved me, it's not really about you. People do things because of their own history. I had to learn that lesson for sure. And what else have I learned about love as I've gotten older? It's precious, for sure.
Switching gears to some extremely sad news as we remember 2 Hollywood children. Ian Alexander Jr. was Regina King's only child, whom she shared with her ex-husband, Ian Alexander Sr. People confirms he died by suicide just days after his 26th birthday. In a statement to People, King said her family is devastated at the deepest level, adding that her son was a bright light who cared so deeply about the happiness of others. After news of his death, love and support poured in for the actress. And Hollywood is mourning actor Michael Madsen's son, Hudson, who was also 26. The family confirmed his death in a statement to Metro, saying Hudson's memory and light will be remembered by all who knew and loved him. Hudson was living in Hawaii with his wife, Carly. The Honolulu medical examiner confirmed to People that he died of a gunshot wound to the head in a suspected suicide. He was one of Madsen's 5 sons and director Quentin Tarantino's godson. Our thoughts go out to their loved ones. Now, let's switch gears to some screen time. I'm so happy to be joined now by Tiffany Haddish, one of the stars of the new series The After Party, which premieres tomorrow on Apple TV+.
In no social medias, please. We don't want to turn this into a circus, even though it looks like Barnum and Bailey's done came through this.
For these final 5 minutes of the show, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, you have to give me 1 answer. For question number 2, you have to give me 2 answers, and so on. Let's get started. You played Detective Danner, a police officer trying to discover who killed the pop star Xavier at his high school reunion after party. Detective Danner is such a fun character, and it puts you in the pantheon of great TV detectives. What is one reason that you would make a good detective in real life?
I listen and pay attention to the small things. Y'all some messy white folks, I tell you that much. Oh, hey. And I'm very personable, and a good detective makes their suspects feel comfortable enough to divulge information.
I'm paying attention to the small things too because your nails are so amazing.
Girl, wait till you see the movie these are for.
One of the things that makes The After Party unique is each episode takes on a different movie genre. So if you, Tiffany, could choose a genre to represent your life, what would it be?
Horror? This life be
Just
scary.
straight up horror.
It be scary. It's a drama, honey. It's a dramedy. That's it.
Well, despite ups and downs, you always seem to have a positive attitude, and it's a new year. So what are 2 things that are getting you excited for the new year?
I'm really excited about what I'm doing in the community. I'm in the process of opening a grocery store, and it's going to create a lot of jobs, and it's going to create better health for the community. I have, 4 well, shucks, I sold 10, but 4 that I'm producing this year, and I know that's going to create over 1,000 jobs. That is really exciting for me.
I read that you are a fan of the game Clue, and the After Party definitely has some Clue vibes. So if they were gonna make the After Party into a board game, which 3 celebrities would you wanna play it with first?
Dave Chappelle.
Son was slapping his knee. I'm like, I do this too.
Kevin Hart.
I'm small. I get scared fast. So.
And Regina Hall.
Are you a big game person?
I love a good game, especially like spades, Monopoly. I'll whoop your ass in Monopoly, even though I got beat when I played on camera that one time. But most of the time I win.
Detective Danner becomes a cop in part to honor her father. Speaking of honoring family, you recently went on this gorgeous trip to Eritrea and visited your grandfather's village. The trip looked beautiful and meaningful as well. So what were 4 highlights of this visit, or 4 moments that impacted you?
When I was pulling up to the village and seeing the whole village, all these beautiful people coming towards the vehicle, singing, Sana, sana, I've never been welcomed anywhere like that before. I thought it was just visiting, my grandfather's village. I didn't know they were giving me land, and we're building a house there. The work ethic is, to me, so beautiful, and it just shows the resilience of the people. And then when the women were like, come, and we all danced together, that was wonderful. One of the most beautiful places. For my soul, anyway.
I can tell how much you appreciated it. That's so great.
The kindness of it, everyone's so kind. I feel like I was looking at myself too, like sometimes you don't never see yourself. You're like, where do I belong? And then you're like, oh, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be.
All right, give me 5 reasons that people should tune into your new show, The After Party.
It is entertaining.
Mikasa. I mean, you know how the rest of that goes. Whoa!
You're gonna see your favorite kind of genre of whatever visual art form that you like.
But you see it in a different way. I want to hear your mind moving.
The writing is amazing.
Can we all just agree that it's clear that Anique killed him?
Oh my God, no, I didn't.
I'm guessing you're Anique.
She's good.
You won't figure out who did it, but boy, you gonna laugh your ass off. And when you do figure out who did it, you're gonna be like, what?
Everyone seems to think you did it.
Everyone. It's all anyone's talking about.
Also, I'm in it. We're done here.
Yeah, but you didn't even know that was fake, and you straight up just chopped off his head.
Remember that.
Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Everyone, be sure to check out The After Party, airing Fridays on Apple TV+. All right, time's up. See you next Thursday.